What do you need? God, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm tired. I'm tired. This job done wore me out. Y'all. I done mismanaged my life up here at this point. I need a life manager.
You're normally doing. Put on the femininity. Make sure your hair is done. Make sure that you smell good. These games to get some money, a vacation, a bag, whatever, out of a man, right?
It's the reason why you all have to play a role to get what you want out of women. You all are not good people.
Anyway, girl, he wasn't worth it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, you had a good ass man. You just didn't know how to maintain him.
I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to wear matching outfits. I'm ready to go to the family events and be quiet and let you talk. I'm gonna bring you a plate. I'm gonna fix you a nice plate. I promise. I'm gonna make you a drink. I make cocktails. You know, I'm gonna look nice. I'm gonna look pretty.
I need a life manager. Now, I bet she does need a life manager. She realized she's had some hard times and she realizes she needs a man. But she realizes when a lot of men are waking up. So I think she realizes she has to bow the knee down, right? Because, I mean, you got to think, dating is collapsing. And most women are starting to realize we're the reason why. Look, she's ready to do it all. Now look at the back. Look at the back seat. What do you see? Exhibit A. A baby chair. Right? A baby chair. A car seat. Men can't get down with that. She knows she's at her last legs. So this is what she's saying now.
I mean, what do you need? Do you need me to support you? I'm going to support you.
On
I'm going to help
leg.
you build that business. Matter of fact, I'm going to be your secretary. What do you need? God, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm tired. I'm tired. This job done wore me out, y'all. They done wore me out up at this job. Everything done wore me out. I done did wrong. I done mismanaged. I done mismanaged my life up here at this point. I need a life manager, and I think the life manager that I'm looking for is a husband.
But you do. I mean, a lot of ladies do. You realize it after you carried. You carried before you married. You're supposed to marry before you carry. She did it the opposite way. I'm not saying she doesn't have a chance. But the fact that she hit her epiphany stage after having a baby and wanting a man to do it all, you done bumped your head, lady. Stop it, please. Get some help.
Society, the new way of society says, but one thing I know for sure is that a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. Created for partnership. We were not meant to struggle alone, we build alone. We were meant to support each other. Respond differently to a single woman than they respond to a woman they see with a man, or a woman who they know is attached to a man. True story. The other day I went up to La Chusson and I was sitting under where they have this ice cream place. I forget the name of the place. And I had my handbag. I pulled the chair towards me, the other chair that was on the other table, but nobody was sitting there. So I had my handbag and I just needed to rest my bag. And when I did that, I saw a gentleman, I saw a man, not a gentleman, come. He said, "You can't put your bag on that chair, you know." Why? Nobody is sitting there. The place is empty. He said, me just tell you, my boss said you can't move the chair to this side. The chair have to stay where it's there. I looked at him in amazement because I could not understand it about my bag being on the empty chair. That man who was engaged in another activity but my bag, and he's acting so aggressive. At my age and stage, those things don't alarm. With a blank stare, because I could not even fathom in my head. So I was meeting a client of mine who is a man, and he walked up. He's very strong and tall. He walked up, and the moment he walked up to my table, the man who was telling me to move my bag, not even utter a word. My client looked on him and said, what is it? Him, boss, me just said to her, and he said, my client said to him, I mean, me not see what the issue with our bag over there, so away. And he said nothing else. So all of a sudden, my bag and moving the chair and putting my bag on the chair, the moment my client, who is a male, said to him, should not be an issue. There is a protection that a man offers a woman. It's a real thing. I've seen it so many times. Men respond to me differently. Alone. It's almost as if they see a woman alone as weak. It's almost like they see their equal or the woman's protector. When I said, babe, boy, single women must have it hard, because I can imagine the interaction the men and other men try to pull a fast one on them because they see them as weak. Dependent, you are a queen. I will love and respect you. Into this narrative, oh, I'm an independent woman, I'm not need a man.
I understand what she's saying. It's too late for that. So many ladies have bitten the bullet and they will never stop biting it. They're on a bullet diet. They won't stop biting it. It's something that men wish they could change, but we don't try to any longer. Why?
Those days are over.
What's the reason for changing someone who doesn't see it our way? We don't want to waste our time with ladies like this any longer. That's why a lot of guys, that's why passport bros exist. Guys have said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm going to go over here where I'm appreciated, accepted, and loved. And that's how men are carrying it.
Argue with me. We understand that men like dancers, they like strippers, they like exotic women, but we don't comprehend that men love femininity, right? And hold on. And the reason I bring that up is because I noticed that there is, and these may or may not be the same groups of people, there is an acceptance of get what you want from these men. And in order to get what you want from these men, you have to stage yourself and act in a certain way. You have to cosplay if that's not what you're normally doing. Put on the femininity, make sure your hair is done, make sure that you smell good, make sure that your dress looks good, make sure that you mind your manners, make sure that you speak like this, lower your voice, lean and be very feminine. And we will play all of these games to get some money, a vacation, a bag, whatever out of a man, right? But we will not do those same things to have a relationship with a man, especially a husband. And again, these may or may not be the same groups of people, but I just want to point this out. We are also aware, we will say things like, oh, men like strippers and they cheat and they do this and they do that. But there's also this concept of like, oh, he cheated and the girl didn't even look better than me. And I think we forget that, yes, cheating is about it is. But it's also sometimes an emotional thing. And the thing that we've also heard strippers and dancers say on here, I'm going to not call them strippers, dancers say on here is that, oh, there's a lot of married men that come here and they tell me about their wives and they da-da-da-da-da. So, okay, they're coming here, they're paying you for your service, but they're also emotionally dumping on you. So what does that tell us? That also tells us that there's an element of that emotional capacity that's missing from their relationship. I'm not condoning cheating either, so don't y'all dare. I'm just offering perspective, and I'm trying to bring this conversation back to what I always talk about, because it seems like when we talk about showing up as our best selves, both personally for God and in our marriages, there's a lot of pushback. Why should I do that? Why should I be like this? Why should I do that? But then when we talk about showing up a certain way to get what it is that we want, or to get the tangibles out of a man without the attachment of a relationship, there's really no argument. So when there is, and I'm not slandering when I say this, but I'm just using the term, when there is like a femininity coach or like a woman that teaches you how to level up in that regard, women know how to take that information and use it to manipulate and to get the things that they want out of a man. But when it comes to using those same practices to maintain their relationship, or to be decent towards their husband, or to be loving and feminine towards their husband, they're unwilling to do it. And a lot of times they'll say, well, it's because he's not doing this, this, and this. But I would ask you, in those transactional relationships, when you're trying to get the bag and you're trying to get the vacation and you're trying to get the dinner and you're trying to get flued out, what other than financial gain are you getting from those men? So when we say things like, oh, well, all he does is pay the bills. And again, I'm not saying your husband is limited to paying the bills and he shouldn't help you in any other capacity. But I'm saying, what is it that we're really getting at? If you say, well, all he does is work and I do everything else, in the same universe, there are women who are just trying to get money from men and move on. They don't care about emotional attachment. They don't care about any of that. They want what they want. They're going to turn on the charm, get what they want, and then move on to the next person. And this also is something, like I said, we see that there's a correlation between that. We see that men actually do have a need for this emotional stimulation and this softness, because like I mentioned, sometimes women will say, well, she's uglier than me, she's fatter than me, what did he see in her? And it's like, well, maybe she stroked his ego a little bit. I don't know. But my question remains, why is it that we're okay with doing certain things when there is gain for us solely and when we want something, but we're not comfortable doing those things when there's give and take attached to it? So in other words, we're okay with turning on the charm when we get the best end of the deal, but when it's faced with a relationship where on the other side of that, we do also have to be...
I gotta stop really quickly, right? All of these videos is a lot of the reasons why Passport Bros is. It is. I said it many times. All of these videos show why men leave. You hear what she's saying? Women can use men, but men can't use women. That's an issue. It is. And when guys leave and find women that love being around us, right? I've done plenty of videos, women saying, I love Brat Man. They're all saying it, right? Filipinas, women in Japan, Korea, Thailand, Brazil, Africa, they love us. But you get problems home. So you have to understand. And it's been like that for a long time, right? They love our attitudes. They love the way we are. They love the way we walk, the way we talk. I remember I just thought about when a Japanese girl said, oh, I like black men in one of my last videos. Why? They know how to try. She said, we know how to try. When that black man was in the States, you talking to me and I'm doing this and I'm... How dare you talk to me like you're beneath them? But that Japanese woman said, they know how to try. So what does that mean? That means that we're leaving, going overseas, and cold approaching. Could you imagine that? You can't do it in the West, but you can do it overseas. And that's where it's the best. Let me let her wrap it up, though.
To be emotionally available, we have to be soft, we have to be submitted. We're called to, listen and understand this person and not just treat them like a person that is a source giving us things, which is what we hate when men do to us. We hate when men treat us like a thing. We hate when men treat us like something that they're just constantly pulling from and they're not taking care of and they're not pouring into. So my question is, for that particular group of women, what is that and why are we doing it? Why is it okay for us to practice that in one realm but not in the other? And I want you to think about it before you respond. I want you to think about it and not be offended. I don't want to see snarky remarks. I would like for you to really think about it and answer the question so that we can have the conversation.
You're going to get those snarky remarks. They can't help it.
When men be like, oh, it's all about money for women. All she care about is money, money, money. I can't stand a woman that makes everything about money. What else do you bring forward to the table, sir? I'm going to really wait. Because a lot of y'all are one-dimensional as men. One-dimensional learners, earners, one-dimensional thinking. You have no emotion. You're emotionally unavailable. You have no skill set. You don't know how to drill. You don't know how to change a tire. You don't know how to fix a flat. What else could she possibly want from you? You're one-dimensional as fuck. You're boxed in. And you think that the money gonna be to the side. The one thing that you can bring forward, it's not adding up for me. See, a lot of y'all complaints calls from inside of the house. If everything is about money with the woman,
it's one of those things like when the whole society went completely over her head, just, and that's what we're trying to do, right? We're trying to find a plane overhead, but still, seriously, what do you mean all we're good for is money? So we're good for money, but you're not good for doing anything. Like seriously, what do they always say? Oh, well, I will cook and clean for my husband. Or they will say, I will cook and clean for somebody providing for me. And then still won't cook or clean. Go figure that, right? We'll talk about it like they're gonna do it and still not do it. You're supposed to just give, 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 and get nothing. Listen, there are ladies who are giving and taking, but they give first. And I gotta say this, because you ladies have to know how to pick the right men. If you got a man and you say if you give him your goods, or you shouldn't even be doing that right away, because you should be thinking, I'm getting with a man to make sure that it's gonna be long term. Really, what should be happening is all of your parents should be picking out men for you. But I don't want to go into that because that's a whole nother monster. A lot of them don't got fathers. A lot of them got bad scenarios they're in. A lot of them got children. It's a nightmare in the West. Don't get me wrong, they got children everywhere. This is happening everywhere, but not with the same mentality. That's what's wrong. The mentality.
I wonder why they left.
Money is being chased instead of love because the way that men love is horrible. It's horrible. It's not fun. It's not enjoyable. It's not what was presented as us as the way that you all are supposed to love us. And it damn for sure is not the way that we love men. It's the year 2024, okay? Love, we've rode that wave already, and we have seen that it has not paid off. Let's just be real. Most men don't even make six figures. I think about 87% of men make less than six figures annually, which means that most women have had no choice but to deal with men because of love. And that got us nowhere. That got us nothing but being hurt, being manipulated, being abused. Some women have literally lost their lives because they chose to deal with a man out of love, because they have loved them so much. There are women who have suffered autoimmune diseases because they loved a man so much. There are women out here who have been set back exponentially in their life because they loved a man so much. Most of you guys are not good people, and you know you're not good people. You guys know this. And I know you guys know this because you all know that in order for you to try to get whatever it is that you want out of a woman, what do you have to have? You have to have game. What is game? Game is an act. Game is manipulation. Game is a facade. It's who you have to pretend to be to get us to like you. If Disney made movies about how men really are as people, women would never get married. They would never get married. That's the reason why we had to be sold the dream about who you guys are in the first place. It's the reason why you all have to play a role to get what you want out of women, because on a very just normal level, you all are not good people, and you all are not good people to women.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Wow.
Women are willing to die alone with cats because even a cat can love better
Cats! You know I love them.
than a man. A cat is not going to gaslight me, not going to abuse me, not going to torment me, not going to just sit here and not know how to cook or clean or do laundry or do anything domesticated. Like, you literally could leave and go on a vacation and leave the cat alone, and in most cases, the house is going to come back exactly how you left it.
All this conversation, I'm getting tired of it. Let me tell you why. Right? She's acting like, and I keep hearing this over and over and over, right? She's talking like the situation she's naming is like that's happening with every guy. Most guys aren't good. What kind of guys are you meeting out there? The guys that you want aren't good. That's the issue. There are a lot of good guys out there. How many guys try to talk to you? And what did you say to them?
Friends with benefits?
Right? You may have thought, oh, the guy didn't look up the par. Or one guy talked to you. Maybe you felt he was trying to talk out of his league when you put on a pound of makeup every day. You got on a pound of makeup right now. Most guys aren't good guys. No, it's the opposite. Try to sell women a dream to get married? You got to sell a dream to a man. You ladies are ripping guys so much with marriage nowadays. That's why marriage is dying. Nobody wants to get married. Stop trying to make it seem like everybody try to do something to you. That's what they do with feminism. Oh, we're going through the pain. And they got all the benefits. The courts on their side. The judge on their side. Everyone. Women, even sometimes men on their side. What do men get? Nothing. Exactly like the lady said. Men have to, and it's not right. I'll say it's not right. But do you understand it as a man? Anybody listening right now? A guy will be married, going through trauma, and have to go to the strip club because his girl is out of shape. His wife is out of shape. He get to see something nice and talk about his problems. Ain't that crazy? Oh, you men just want to cheat. That's what it is, right? The man wants to desire his wife. She let herself go after a year or two of being married. Could you imagine? It's a nightmare. It truly is.
Do men like women anymore? Do y'all like us? Because I feel like men will put in time to like selling you this dream of who they are or who they want you to think they are. Put in the most work. Allow you to be soft. Allow you to let them into your space and kind of open up your idea of maybe them coming into your life, you know? And then just start acting like one wallad. So then when they have you comfortable is when then shit starts to change. And it genuinely feels like people don't care and like you enough these days to genuinely want to invest in you, to want to get to know you, to show up in the way that maybe you need to be showed up for, you know? And you're promising all of these things, you're saying all of these things, but your actions are just not delivering. And how can you say that you like someone and you're interested in them and you want it to go somewhere, yeah? And then you haven't spoken to them for a week. You ain't checked in for a week. If they're sick, have you made sure that they're okay? Do they need anything? Do you know what I mean? Like, are you posting up with a little care package? Are you, doing things to show that you have thought about that person in the course of your day? And don't get me wrong, I know it's a two-way street. I know, like, there are things that maybe we don't do to help certain situations. But at the same time, like, come on, man. Like, if you have gone out of your way to disturb the peace of us females, the least you can do is come with some solid game and mean what you say, do what you say, and just be serious. Like, why would you come and waste our time? Why? And I genuinely believe there's this culture that adopts the narrative that there's plenty of fish in the sea. There's some people out there, there's some energies, there's some people that you will experience in life that you'll never get a chance to replicate. Like, you will never be able to replace that energy. You'll never be able to replace the feeling that person gave you, or the way that person showed up for you, or just that person as they are their own individual. So people really need to stop fumbling their bags, stop fumbling and chatting shit, and be about your word, be about your action. Or don't date. Just don't date. Don't disturb people's peace.
Men need to be about their action or don't date. So when the man didn't reach out to you for that week, did you contact him You said it yourself. Oh, yeah, we can reciprocate. And then didn't tell like I need to do that. You didn't say anything like maybe if a guy stops contacting, I should try reaching out to him. You shouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Because you didn't say anything. You didn't say what you're gonna do. You said everything a man should do. I'm getting tired of seeing this, man. Like, oh, men need to do this. Men need to do that. You're the problem. You said it. You know it. You realize you're the reason why. You said, oh, well, I could too, but, and then skipped over the whole thing. That's all they do all day is jump rope. Let me double dutch over this. Little girls. That's what it is. They're all little girls. Playing double dutch. Just jumping over things. Mention the issue. Reciprocate. Jump right over that. I'm sitting there listening to her like, she just jumped over what she said and didn't address it. It's because she's walking and not thinking. She just wants to get a word out. And a lot of them do this all the time on TikTok. I sit here and watch it and go, I call it out. You guys see it. I go, wait a minute. Did you just skip? Like they all do it. Like they skip over it or they say something and it's crazy.
I think it's time that we stop congratulating women that leave men in relationships. Like, good job, girl. He was a piece of shit anyway. I knew that you could leave him. Meanwhile, old Sally hasn't given her man Pound Town in over a year, and her man's mentally drained, going insane, finally steps out, and Sally notices that Tom's cheating, and now he's the problem. I think we really need to start normalizing that most of the problem in good marriages that were good in the beginning, and because the woman wasn't holding up her end of the relationship anymore. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I have a headache. I don't want to right now. Like, I think that happens more often than not. And then when the man does step out, all the other women are like, girl, he was a piece of shit anyway. Girl, he wasn't worth it. Girl, blah, blah, blah. When in actuality, you had a good ass man. You just didn't know how to maintain him.
Tell him.
Real talk alert.
That's exactly what's happening. Nobody does nowadays. It's a dying breed. You're the last of a dying breed. There's a couple of you around, but not enough.
I don't know what man needs to know and understand this, but if you are continuously arguing with a woman every single time you go to her to tell her how you feel, you need to leave. If every single time you bring up an issue with her leads to her ghosting you or giving you the silent treatment or blaming you for your reaction to her disrespect, it is time to go. Any woman that decides to gatekeep all of her issues to only bring them up when you call her out on her bullshit and hold her accountable is gaslighting you. Stop letting history and how much time you've spent with someone dictate staying even longer. There's no reason to stay with a woman that doesn't want to learn how you need to be loved, how you need to be respected. There's certain ways that you need and deserve to be spoken to. Imagine arguing with a woman that is yelling in your face for you coming to her about an issue. This is all while she simultaneously preaches how she needs to be loved, seen, and respected. Well, it goes both ways. Yeah, relationships do have highs and lows and ups and downs, but your entire relationship shouldn't be a downer. And I don't know who needs to know and understand this, but women like this do not change. They do not change. All they're going to do is change their manipulation tactics to further manipulate you and gaslight you into believing that you're the problem, even though in relationships you should be able to come to your partner and tell them how you feel without it turning into an argument. Okay, bye.
Couldn't agree more.